It is a beautiful day for baseball here at historic Russell E. Diethrick Park in Jamestown, New York, as the Geneva Red Wings come into town to take on your Jamestown Tarp Skunks in the regular season finale. Hello again and welcome to another Tarp Skunks broadcast. I'm Dre Guinness alongside Jalen Ferguson. And Jalen, even though it is Christmas in July, Tarp Skunks have been on Santa's naughty list this week, and hopefully they're looking to get a good Christmas present to the fans in the form of a season-ending win.
Well, yeah, that's right. This game is a desperate win for the Tarp Skunks. They are coming in here with a losing streak of 4 games, losing to Batavia, losing 2 straight to Olean, losing 1 to Geneva. You know, this is a game that they need to get back. They have had some losing momentum, losing some players as well. But right now, you want to go into the playoffs with a win here.
Yeah, not only do you want to go in the playoffs with a win, you need to go into playoffs with a win. And as it stands right now, Batavia will have the number 1 seed. They will have the home field advantage throughout the Western Conference Finals. Jamestown locked in at the number 2. Elmira pretty much locked in at 3. Really where the battle comes down to is that number 4 spot. Elmira and Olean tied for that 4th spot here coming into today. And it's very important, really, the ball is in Olean's court, so to speak, because if they are able to win their game and win on Sunday, depending on the tiebreak scenario, they may be in. Elmira, they have control of it themselves, though. All they need to do is win their game tomorrow, and they are in the 4th spot. So, I mean, as it looks right now, Jamestown versus Auburn is going to be your 2-3 matchup taking place here on Monday.
Yeah, that's right. You really need to go into the playoffs with winning momentum, because it's going to be really hard going into the playoffs with losing momentum. You know, the locker room is going to be dead. The energy is not going to be there. You want to go into the playoffs with winning momentum, and you want to, you know, even we've beaten Auburn before, so you want to beat them again.
Yeah, that's it. The 4 games that the Tarp Skunks have played against Auburn this year, 3 of those have come down to either the last play of the game or extra innings. Only one of them was a convincing win. That was game 2 of the doubleheader in Auburn. Game 1 had to go to 8 innings where the Tarp Skunks opened up on the Auburn bullpen. Flip the coin, though. The 2 games that Auburn played here in the doubleheader, their starting pitchers both went almost 7 innings, and it came down to the final plays of the games on both of those.
Yeah, that's right. They walked it off twice in that doubleheader, one in the first game and one in the second game. But now, you know, as the playoffs, you really can't take that many chances here. You're gonna have to go in there wanting to fight, wanting to go after the ball. You have to attack on all sides when it comes down to the playoffs.
Yeah, it's almost a full schedule here in the West. The Newark Pilots are at the Auburn Double Days. The Olean Oilers are at the Niagara Ironbacks. We'll be paying attention to that game, as that is going to have playoff implications, and the Batavia Muckdogs are hosting the Niagara Falls Americans. Really, the Niagara Ironbacks, almost a rags to riches story this season. Started coming in last year, one of the weakest teams in the league. Again, they didn't have a whole lot of time to really build and set up their roster before the season started. This year, a completely different story. They almost got themselves into the playoffs, but where they ended up getting snake bit was a tie against Geneva.
Yeah, that's right. Not Auburn. Niagara, that was a team that you really couldn't take lightly coming into this season, even though the Tarp Skunks have beat them before. The Ironbacks also got a couple wins off of the Tarp Skunks as well. You know, a tie, and then beating the Tarp Skunks here for the first time in Ironbacks franchise history.
Yeah, so it's been an interesting season of storylines up and down. whether the Tarp Skunks were going to be able to weather the storm and overtake Batavia. Well, we have the answer to that. Unfortunately, the answer is no. But are we going to get back to the playoffs? The answer is absolutely yes. Back into the playoffs for, I believe, the 4th consecutive year. Actually, 3rd consecutive year, 23, 24. Yeah, 4th consecutive year. The only year they didn't, I believe, was 2022.
Yeah, that really goes to show how well this organization is. You know how good these ball players are. Right now, coming into this season, you got to turn it around. You got to go into the playoffs, and Auburn. It's gonna be really interesting, especially Tarp Skunks. They have lost some players, but it's gonna be interesting to see how they line it up and how they strategize going up against Auburn, and what their matchups is gonna be, not on the field but also in the bullpen as well.
That game is going to happen Monday night, 6:30 p.m. Make your plans to come out to the ballpark and support your Jamestown Tarp Skunks, as we have our 2nd consecutive year with a home game to kick things off. And hopefully, if magic can happen, game 2 will be on Tuesday, TBD. But if the Tarp Skunks win and Batavia loses, that means they would host the number 4 seed on Tuesday. Of course, if Batavia wins and the Skunks win, they will be facing each other in Batavia. And the question, Jalen, is, are we going to be covering that game? The answer is, oh, you better believe it, as we are getting ready to step back for the playing of the national anthem. We'll be back with the starting lineups in the first pitch in just a moment.
As some of you know, our community suffered a loss this past week. Mr. Tony Bills, a community leader and friend of all, passed away on July 18th. Tony was a picture at many Tarp Skunks games and was hardly ever seen without a smile. We all ask that we all honor Tony today with a moment of silence. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and move your caps to the team on your right as an American with the team national anthem performed tonight by Rebecca George.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early rise what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streamed. And the rockets red glare, the bomb bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, as we come back from the national anthem, let's give you the starting lineup for the Geneva Red Wings. Leading off in center field is Dylan Briggs. In the second spot, it will be Quinn Mahoney in left field. The DH/pitcher is Austin Dietz batting third. Behind the dish is Ben Buxton, the catcher, batting fourth. In third base, it is CJ Arago batting fifth. Batting sixth is Kenta Minakata batting in right field. Andrew Hossman, the first baseman, batting 7th. Batting 8th is Casey Birdcroft, the EH. Shortstop is Lucas March, batting 9th. And batting 10th is Christian Bermudez at second base. They will face the starting pitcher for the Tarp Skunks. It is Tate Johnson. This is his 9th start with a record of 1-4, 7.88 ERA, 24 innings pitched, 32 hits, 21 earned, 19 walks, and 18 strikeouts. And here to call it, it is Dre Guinness.
All right, thank you very much, Jalen. Wow, it feels like it's been a while since I've done this. It's been at least a week since we've been with you here on the Tarp Skunks YouTube page, and I think you've had the last couple of games.
Yeah, Geneva, you gave me the whole game in that one.
See if I can remember how to do this. It's Tate Johnson on the mound. He is set to face Briggs, Mahoney, and Dietz. It's corrected right before the game. I guess that's the I before E rule, right?
Yeah. I guess that's one of those names.
Mostly cloudy here at Diethrick Park. Temperature 71 degrees. Few drizzles here and there. Wind is blowing out to right field at about 8 miles an hour. And we are set for Tarp Skunks baseball, the regular season finale. Here at Diethrick Park, between the Tarp Skunks and the Red Wings, as Dylan Briggs stands in, 288 hitter on the season, right-handed hitter. And for Tate Johnson, he is going to need to have his best game of the season here. So the first pitch comes in and hits him. And I don't think that's what we were talking about when we said he needed to have his best game of the season. First pitch at 6:33 p.m. One pitch, runner on, and that is going to bring up the left fielder, Quinn Mahoney.
Well, again, that doesn't really do any favors when it comes to having a good game.
As the first pitch by Mahoney is fouled over our heads, and it's 0-1. .355 average for the left-handed left fielder. The next pitch comes in, chopper over the head of Smith at first. That is going to be a base hit. Holding at second is Dylan Briggs, and Geneva opening up this ball game first and second with nobody out.
And in recent games, the Tarp Skunks have been giving up a lot of hits, and it's going to be coming down to how you contain these runners. If they can do that, then it will be a very clean ball game. But right now, with 2 on and no out, it's kind of hard to get out of this.
Austin Dietz stands in, the pitcher DH here tonight. Johnson's first pitch. This is up for a ball, 1-0. For Dietz, 266, or make that 264 on the season. He does have a home run, 5 doubles, 12 RBIs on the campaign. Takes the next pitch in for a strike. Count goes 1-1. Not only can he hit the ball, but he actually had a very solid outing his last time against the Tarp Skunks back on Sunday.
It was this part of the lineup that really made the Tarp Skunks struggle.
Johnson checking the runner at second, kicks and throws, and the pitch is swung on and missed. Count goes to 1-2.
And again, it's going to be really important throwing strikes. You know, you want to force swings and misses and strikeouts, but you can't really do any of that until you start throwing strikes.
1-2 count on the way, and that one's fouled. Off of Heath Fetchick, we'll do 1-2 again. Going back to the base hit by Mahoney. It wasn't a really hard hit ball. It was just hit hard into the ground and took a big hop over Nolan Smith at first base.
Yeah, that's kind of the things. What happens when you play in like that, you run the risk of it being hit over your head.
Middle infield, a double play depth. Jordan at third, playing back a little bit. Next pitch off the plate for a ball, 2-2.
Again, he found himself a rhythm. and then quickly lost it after the ball.
Dugan, Moore, Muncie, left to right. Jordan Enders, Weeks, Smith, third to first. Heath Fetchick behind the dish, and the next pitch popped up foul down the third base line, but that one's going to go out of play. And the count will remain 2-2.
And then here, Dietz has been fouling off every time Tate Johnson puts it into the strike zone.
2-2 the count. Johnson kicks and throws. That one is hit into left field. Dugan giving chase toward the foul line, and it goes just out of play. Yep, we'll do 2-2 all over again.
That was a long foul ball. Yeah, I think Tate Johnson might give him something to chase at.
Now that's also going to open up the eyes of the Tarp Skunks outfield, knowing that Dietz can go the other way.
Well, they have shifted to the left.
2-2. Johnson misses off the plate. 3-2. And the count goes full here. Yeah, Grant Moore's playing about 15, 20 steps to the third base side of center field.
Muncie's still playing straight away, which then leaves right center field with a big gap.
Muncie's got some range, though. He can cover some room. The payoff pitch coming. There's a high fly ball to left field. Dugan settling under it, has plenty of space, makes the catch for the first out of the inning.
Well, that was an out that they really needed, especially with 2 on and 1 in scoring position.
And with 1 away, that's going to bring up the catcher, Ben Buxton. For Buxton on the season, coming in batting .317, a couple of doubles, 7 RBIs. Another left-handed hitter. Geneva bringing out a lot of lefties here tonight. And the first pitch from Johnson swung on and missed. And the count goes 0-1.
Buxton swung at the first pitch. He was expecting fastball in the zone.
It looked like Johnson took something off that one. 0-1 coming. There's a fastball that Buxton just got a piece of at the plate. Count 0-2 now.
And there you go. Tate Johnson finds himself quickly ahead 0-2. But this is where the Tarp Skunks struggle. It's all about finding that punch out. They will find themselves ahead in the count and then lose the batter on 3 straight pitches.
So a long look in by Johnson. Briggs off second, Mahoney off first. 1 out here, top of the first, and the pitch. Swinging, there's a chopper toward first. Smith has it. Only play that he will have is to flip to Johnson covering for the second out of the inning. Briggs and Mahoney move up. And with 2 out, that's going to bring up CJ Arrego.
And Tate Johnson had to make sure he was stepping on the bag at first. Stomped on it twice.
For Arrego, a .296 hitter, 3 doubles, a triple, 10 RBIs on the season, a right-handed hitter. Had a single and a couple of strikeouts last Sunday as the first pitch is fouled off to the right. Sounded like that hit off the owner's booth. And the count goes 0-1.
Again, that's another first pitch fouled for Geneva. So they're looking to explode very quickly.
Next pitch pops straight up. Who's going to call it? It looks like it's going to be Fetchick, who in foul territory reaches up and makes the catch. Nothing doing for the Red Wings. 2 left on a hit. We go to the bottom of the first inning. It is no score.
And welcome back here to Russell E. Diethrick Park. Let's give you the starting lineup for the Jamestown Tarp Skunks. Leading off, it is Grant Moore at center field. And then at second base, it is Eric Weeks batting second. Batting third is Nolan Smith at first base. Paul Delanto, the DH, batting fourth. Batting fifth is Nate Muncie in right field. In left field, it is C.J. Dugan, batting sixth. Batting seventh is Joaquin Rodriguez Costa, the EH. Heath Fetchick, catcher, batting ninth. All right, batting eighth. Batting ninth is Jackson Enders, shortstop. And then batting 10th, it is Caleb Jordan. And they will face Austin Dietz. This is his 7th start, 8 appearance, 9.67 ERA. 1-5 record, 26 innings pitched, 41 hits, and 28 runs.
All right, as Grant Moore stands in, facing Austin Dietz, scores the bunt, first pitch fouled, and he's behind 0-1.
That is a better approach I like to see from Grant Moore. He's been struggling trying to put the ball in play to just lay down a bunt.
Third baseman Arrigo comes in now playing even with the bag. As the 0-1 pitch comes in, and that one's way outside for a ball, 1-0.
Always want to keep the players guessing out there.
For Grant Moore coming in, batting .336 on the season, 7 doubles, 3 triples, a home run, 20 RBIs. As the 1-1 pitch misses. He does still have an opportunity to break the single season stolen base record, but he needs 3. Comes in with 23, record's 25. Is that one outside? Count goes to 3-1. And Dietz might actually be accommodating him here. Couple of records could fall here tonight. And a 3-1 swung on and missed. Off-speed pitch had Moore fooled, but it was in the zone. Full count now. With Eric Weeks on deck. Moore waits. Waves that bat back and forth. Dietz kicks and throws. And that one is a chopper foul. Off the foot of Moore. But home plate umpire didn't make any signal, any gesture. And we'll do a 3-2 all over again. Moore waits the pitch, swing and a miss. And he goes down on strikes for the first out.
That'll be another recorded strikeout for Grant Moore. That's the thing. 3 up, 3 down innings is not going to cut it. They're going to need to extend the pitch count on their starting pitcher.
So now Eric Weeks stands in. For Weeks, he's coming in batting .362 on the season, 11 doubles, a couple of homers, 37 RBIs. There's a high fly ball into right field, but Minikata underneath it makes the catch, 1 pitch. And Weeks goes down.
And that is exactly the quite opposite of what they needed to do, extend the pitch count. Because again, they're going to need to have better efforts when they're on offense.
Nolan Smith stands in now. Takes the first pitch he sees for a ball, 1-0.
Being quickly behind 2 outs.
Next pitch misses off the zone, 2-0 for Nolan Smith, 20 out of 47 for 426 average, 4 doubles, a home run, 13 RBI. As that one's foul. And quickly, 2-1 to Smith. Paul Delanto on deck. He would hit next. That's a wicked off-speed pitch that Smith swung right through. Evens the count at 2-2. No score, bottom of the first. The 2-2 count misses. And for the second time in this inning, Dietz with a 3-2 count to opposing hitter. Smith waits. The payoff pitch. There's a drive into left center field. That one has some distance. Leaping and making the catch at the wall is Mahoney to take extra bases away from Nolan Smith. No runs, no hits, nobody left. We go to the top of the second inning. No score here in Jamestown.
Welcome back here to Russell E. Diethrick Jr. Park. It'll be Kenta Munikata, Hassman, and Burcroft due up. And here to call it, it is Dre Guinness.
All right, thank you very much. Tarp Skunks fans, don't forget to come on out Monday for the round one of the playoffs, as the Jamestown Tarp Skunks will play host to the Auburn Double Days at 6:30 p.m. for that start. You're not going to want to miss it. If you have to, you can always catch it here on the Tarp Skunks YouTube page. The first pitch to Munikata is taken on the outside corner for a strike, and the count goes to 0-1.
Again, look how quickly the Tarp Skunks are back on defense.
0-1 pitch misses. 1-1 the count. Munikata coming in batting .257 on the season. Has a double, 4 RBIs, 9 of 35 total on the season. Is the next pitch fouled. And it's 1-2. First time we've seen him here at Diethrick Park. He did not play here on Sunday. And Johnson ahead here. The 1-2 pitch fouled off. We'll do 1-2 all over again.
It's almost like they have him well scouted. When Tate throws in the zone, they make contact on it.
1-2 pitch. There's a check swing fly ball out to the Tarp Skunks bullpen. And we'll do 1-2 again.
You know, he made very solid contact, even though that was a check swing there. Just pushed it foul.
Just a little late on the fastball. Johnson kicks and throws. There's a line drive into left field. That is going to be a base hit.
Well, another inning and another single. Again, they almost find themselves with runners on almost every inning.
Andrew Hausman stands in. He was trouble on Sunday, 2 for 4. Hit into a double play, but scored a couple of runs. Right-handed hitter standing in. Johnson has been very much in the strike zone throughout the first inning. First 6 batters he's faced. First pitch just misses outside for a ball, 1-0.
I'll tell you, he hasn't walked anybody. He did get a hit by a pitch. But other than that, he hasn't issued any free bases on pitches.
Swing and a miss by Hausman. Count even at 1 apiece. Hausman, 148 hitter on the season. Couple of doubles, 4 RBIs. Has not touched a lot of grass with the baseball. It's 1-1. Johnson just missing off the edge, 2-1. Outfield and infield playing pretty straight away. Middle infield is in the double play depth. Next pitch misses. Snap throw back to first, and just back is Minikata. Good idea.
Minikata kind of slid in a little bit awkwardly.
That might have saved him too.
Slid in feet first instead of head first.
3-1. Fouled off. And count goes full. And yet another full count for this ball game. First one to Tate Johnson. Dietz has had a couple. Snap throw over to first. And Minikata scampering back in safely. Smith doing a good job holding him on first. Johnson, again, snap throw back over to first. And Minikata might be thinking about going. He's taking an extra long lead now.
He is.
Lead foot about 6 inches off the infield cutout. As the 3-1 pitch comes in low. And for the second inning, first and second, nobody out. And that's going to bring up Casey Burcroft.
You know, Tarp Skunks pitchers have struggled when the count is full, almost losing the battle more of those times.
As Casey Burcroft stands in. 226 hitter, first pitch squared around a bunt. Drops a good one. Johnson has to get off the mound, throw on to first. Weeks just in time there to cover for the first out. Sacrifice is good, and it was almost even better. Weeks a little slow to get over to first, but just in time to get the feed from Johnson for the first out.
Yeah, Tate Johnson was waiting on Nolan Smith to cover the bag at first. Close play.
And Nolan had crashed in, so Weeks on the wheel play. As the first pitch to Lucas Marsh is a check swing. Umpire ruled he went. 0-1 the count. For Marsh, he comes in batting 158, a double, 3 RBI on the season. He's got a chance to add a couple of here. The 0-1 pitch on the way off the plate. Count even at 1 apiece. Marsh 1 for 4 on Sunday with a single and a couple of strikeouts. And the 1-1 pitch is fouled back. And count goes 1-2.
There you go with that foul ball. And now Tate Johnson is ahead in count with a pitcher's count here.
Infield straightaway. Grant Moore playing a couple of feet to the right side of second as the next pitch comes in. Bounces in the dirt and evens up the count at 2 apiece.
With Fetchik behind the dish, you're not going to really see that many pass balls. Covers a lot of ground behind the dish.
2-2 the count. Johnson kicks and throws. The pitch is there's a Weeks ground ball to second. That'll get a run home. Weeks throws on to first. And that'll be the second out, but a run comes in to score. And the Red Wings take a 1-0 lead.
And that was a slow roller over to second base. Eric Weeks took his time fielding the ground ball. Close play at first.
So that'll bring up Christian Bermudez. Runner at third. The first pitch is outside for a ball. And the count's 1-0 for Bermudez. Comes in batting 158, a double, 2 RBI. Not having a great season. for the longtime Geneva Red Wing. Last year, much better. He's now went outside for a ball, 2-0. Top of the order on deck for Dylan Briggs. Johnson would like to get out of here with only the 1 run given up. The pitch. Swing and a miss. And the count's 2-1.
That was power on power. Fastball and a hard swing and a good miss.
Johnson with the long look. Kicks and throws. That one in the dirt. Gets past Fetchick. Run comes in. Briggs, the throw is in time. Briggs got thrown out at home. Fetchick with an excellent throw. Johnson with the cover, and the side is retired. 1 run comes in. We go to the bottom of the 2nd inning. Geneva 1, Tarp Skunks nothing.
And welcome back here to Russell E. Diethrick Park. Geneva taking a 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the 2nd. It'll be Paul Delanto, Nate Muncy, and CJ Dugan here to face Dietz, as Dietz here to start his 2nd inning of work. And here to call it is Dre Guinness.
All right, Jalen, thank you very much. It is Christmas in July here, the regular season finale. That's why you'll hear a little bit of the Christmas music, and right about now, the Tarp Skunks could use a little Christmas magic. Paul Delanto set to kick off the bottom of the 2nd inning. Comes in batting .214 on the season. 6 doubles, a couple of home runs, 14 RBIs, and the first pitch is a drive into right field. Coming in and making the catch on the run is Minikata for the first out. 1 pitch, 1 away.
Well, again, in recent games, first pitch and 1 away is not how you try to swing the momentum back into your hands. Again, they're going to need to avoid 3 up, 3 down innings.
Number 44, Nate Muncy.
That's going to bring up Nate Muncy. 271 hitter, double, 17 RBIs, but he's made a bit of a reputation for himself as the hero of the day, leading a couple of walk-offs late in the season. There's a chopper in between the pitcher and the third baseman, picked up by Arrego, throw on to first, and just in time by a half a step to get Muncy. And there's 2 down.
Well, again, now it's almost shaping like that they're going to have a 2-minute inning here. It's not that they're being aggressive, but again, not really extending it.
3 pitches, 2 outs. There's a ground ball past Arrego at third. That one down the left field line. That is a base hit. Rounding the corner at first, pulling into second with a slide. And a 2-out double is CJ Dugan. A little aggression paying off here. The Tarp Skunks' first hit of the ball game. And with 2 outs, a runner in scoring position for JRC.
That's a good way to extend the inning there. Just clobbered that down the left field line, getting past the third baseman.
There's Joaquin Rodriguez Costa, 328 average on the season, 3 doubles, a triple, a home run. Has really come into his own this season. And the first pitch is a chopper foul off of Rodriguez Costa's leg, 0-1. Costa's up there. He's thinking one thing. He's thinking, how far can I hit this one?
Yeah, see it and drive it. I do like that approach, but again, you gotta have that plate discipline.
Just had a seagull fly by. That's the first seagull I've seen here at Diethrick Park in 3 years. Did you bring them with you from Niagara Falls?
I think Niagara bring them with them.
Could have. 0-1 the count. And the pitch. On the inside corner, called strike 2, 0-2. And Costa's going to have to shorten up to protect. Dietz is going to try to work that inside part of the plate.
Outfield playing deep out there.
Long look at second. And the 0-2 pitch coming. Fouled off, and JRC stays alive.
That's a good way of staying alive here. But you're down 0-2. Yeah, nothing close.
0-2 the count. JRC waits, waves that bat back and forth, and the pitch comes in and hits him.
There you go.
Gets
Free
on base. Not the result he wanted, but he'll take it.
Hit him in the hand there. But again, JRC is going to take that base.
Here's Heath Fetchick now. 218 hitter. 4 doubles, a home run. Does have 15 RBI on the season. He's got power. Bit of a free swinger, though.
He is. Gonna have to have a little bit of discipline here at the plate.
Dietz looks in. Look at second. And another. Kicks and throws. That one outside for a ball. And the count goes to 1-0 to Fetchick.
That's the thing when you're too busy worried about the runners. It tends to throw off your pitch there. As he gave Dugan like 4 different looks.
Fetchick waits. Dietz looks at second. Kicks and throws. That one outside. And the count goes to 2-0. Jackson Enders on deck. As Fetchick waits. Good hitters count. 2-0. 2 down here. Tarp Skunks trailing by 1. Bottom of the second inning. And the pitch is popped up behind home plate. Everyone giving chase, but that one's going to go out of play. Off the owner's box, and it is 1-2. Or 2-1.
Good thing that ledge was there. That was almost just barely foul.
Hausman, Buxton, and Dietz all delayed reaction going after that baseball.
There's a big gap out in right center field. Minakata in.
2-1. Dietz looks. Checks the runner. Kicks and throws. That one inside. And the count goes 3-1. I'm not sure if they're at this point with the scouting reports or not. They might be trying to pitch around Fetchick to get to Enders. And 3-1 coming. That one low in the zone, and the bases are loaded. Forest full of Skunks. with 2 outs, and that'll bring up Jackson Enders.
And, you make a good point. It's almost like an intentional walk, but not really. Just trying to get to the man that they know they have a good chance of striking out.
Enders has 3 doubles on the season, a couple RBIs, only hitting 179 on the season. And the first pitch is a breaking ball that finds the inside part of the corner for a strike count. 0-1 now. He's hit the ball hard, just at people. He's that one outside. 1-1 the count. Skunks will be running on contact. Swing and a miss, and a snap back to third. But diving back in safely is Dugan. 1-2 the count. Enders got to protect. Ooh. Ice water in his veins on that pitch as it won just off the plate. 2-2 now.
You might have to call time here. Diet's delivery is pretty fast.
That one's fouled off. We'll do 2-2 again. Yeah, you make an absolutely valid point. Dietz, who deliberately slow to Heath Fetchick, has really picked up his delivery here. That one outside for a ball. 3-2. And Enders has worked the count full. Runners will be going on the payoff pitch. Here they go. Swing and a miss at what would have been ball 4. And the inning is over. No runs. Skunks leave 3 on the bases. We go to the top of the 3rd inning. It's still 1-0 Geneva. Top of the 3rd inning, 1-0 Geneva with the lead over the Jamestown Tarp Skunks. Would like to remind you and invite you to come on down to the ballpark Monday as the PGCBL Western semifinals take place between the Jamestown Tarp Skunks and the Auburn Doubledays. 6:30 for the first pitch. If you can't make it to the ball game, we will have it here for you on the Tarp Skunks YouTube page. It's going to be Christian Bermudez, then the top of the order for Dylan Briggs and Quinn Mahoney. And here to tell you about it, it is Jalen Ferguson.
Well, thank you very much, Dre. I'm not going to lie. I forgot it was my inning.
Yeah, it's the last game of the season.
First pitch to Bermudez, swung on and missed. And that is how the 3rd inning gets underway.
Stuff kind of blends together after a while.
So Tate Johnson, the 0-1. It's a ground ball to Eric Weeks. Throws on to first. And they get Bermudez at first. 1 away. So that's going to bring up Dylan Briggs.
That's a nice way to start the inning for Tate Johnson, too. You know, not having to deal with runners on and putting yourself under pressure early. Weak ground ball, easy wipeout.
The first pitch to Briggs inside. 1-0. And on the first pitch, Dylan Briggs was hit in his last at bat. The 1-0 just misses. 2-0.
Good pop. Slapping Fetchick's glove. Sounded like that had some good velocity to it.
Yeah. So 2-0. Swung on and driven out to center field, giving chase is Grant Moore, but ranging under it and making the catch for the second out.
Left fielder number 16, Quinn Mahoney.
That's going to bring in Quinn Mahoney. So he had himself a single back in the first. And 2 quick outs for Tate Johnson. That is really good for changing the momentum to the Tarp Skunks. First pitch to Mahoney in there, catching the outside corner for a strike.
Well, Johnson's doing his job. He just needs his teammates to pick him up and give him a little bit of run support.
So the 0-1 fouled towards Geneva's dugout. Geneva currently up 1-0 on the Jamestown Tarp Skunks here in the top of the third. The 0-2 outside for a ball. 1-2 to Quinn Mahoney.
Is it bad that when you said that, the first thing that pops in my mind was it could have been worse?
Because that's popped up and that's going to land right behind us.
That one I think got the concourse or the roof behind it.
I thought it was going to land on this roof.
No big thud.
As the wind just carried it. 1-2. It's a ground ball to Nolan Smith, stepping on the bag, and that'll do it. Geneva goes down 1-2-3 as we head to the bottom of the third. Geneva up 1-0.
Red Wings holding on to a 1-0 lead as we go to the bottom of the third inning. It'll be Caleb Jordan and back at the top of the order for Grant Moore and Eric Weeks. And back for Moore himself, it is Jalen Ferguson.
Thank you very much, Troy Guinness. Caleb Jordan to lead it off, and hopefully the Tarp Skunks can use that 1-2-3 inning to turn it into their momentum.
We'll see. They definitely need something. They need a spark. They had a spark, but the kindling couldn't catch fire in the last inning. We'll see if they can do something with it here.
First pitch to Caleb Jordan, lays down a bunt, fouled.
Not a bad idea. Try to catch them off guard.
But now you bring in Orrego.
Jordan got his average up to 267 this season.
The 0-1 misses in the dirt 1-1. Caleb Jordan, Tarp Skunks don't really call time, especially when the pitcher has a fast delivery like that, as the 1-1 is fouled behind the dish.
Olean and Niagara tied at 1 apiece. That one in the top of the 3rd inning. Niagara Falls actually has a 2-0 lead over Batavia. That one in the bottom of the 1st.
1-2 fouled down the third base side, and we'll do 1-2 again.
Newark and Auburn, no score. That Olean Niagara game, that's the one that's important here.
1-2 foul, or no, that was soft contact. Beats out the throw to third, and just like that, Caleb Jordan gets an infield single.
Yeah, that ball off his fist and had some pretty nasty backspin to it. Just hit the grass behind the pitcher's mound and died right in front of Orrego. So it may not be the prettiest base hit, but it is a base hit in the stat line.
So here comes Grant Moore back to the top of the lineup. Grant Moore struck out in his last at-bat. Looking to have a better approach. First pitch to him inside for a strike. 0-1. Both teams with 2 hits here in the bottom of the 3rd. Geneva up 1-0. Yo one. Grant Moore swings on and missed. And now he's quickly behind 0-2.
Tate Johnson right where he wants to be pitch count wise, 45 through 3.
0-2 to Grant Moore. It's a ground ball up the middle, fielded by Bermudez. Throws on the second, gets the out. No throw to first. Grant Moore avoids the double play. Caleb Jordan is out at second. So that's going to bring in Eric Weeks. He's a guy who's known for driving in runs.
For Weeks sitting on RBI's number 37. His next RBI will tie him with the franchise single season record. 2 more will break it.
First pitch to Weeks, missing the lower inside corner. 1-0.
Grant Moore 2 stolen bases away from tying the single season stolen base record. He looks ready.
1-0 to Weeks. It's a ground ball to first. And Hossman just beating out Weeks at first, stepping on the bag. 2 gone. Here in the bottom of the 3rd.
Now, Hossman had a decision to make. He looked like he wanted to go to second, realized that the last second that door had closed to him, turned around, and it was a foot race between him and Weeks to get to the bag, and he beat him by a step.
That's going to bring in Nolan Smith. Grant Moore in scoring position.
Smith robbed of extra bases his first time out.
Dietz giving Grant Moore extra looks. First pitch to Nolan Smith inside for a ball.
Smith had driven one out to the CCS sign in left center field where Mahoney making a leaping grab to rob at least a double.
Dietz giving Moore a look. The delivery. And the 1-0 catches the zone for a strike, 1-1.
Base hit could tie the game here.
Definitely. So 1-1 to Nolan Smith. Ooh, and that one just missing. 2-1 to Nolan Smith.
There's a saying in sports, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. Well, the Skunks started with the momentum of a championship team. And right now, they're just looking to get a win.
Check swing did not go around. 3-1. Yeah, it's all about how you finish, but I just want to finish the regular season with a win here. So 3-1 to Nolan Smith. That one driven fouled. So full count to Nolan Smith. Grant Moore at second.
You know, that's the thing. Tarp Skunks pitching usually is the ones with the 3-2 counts against them. Geneva, they've had quite a few themselves today.
So 3-2 to Nolan Smith. Runner goes, draws a walk. Grant Moore will be awarded the steal there. And Nolan Smith draws the walk.
Oh, that stolen base. That's stolen base number 24. He's one away. He's Paul Delanto stands in now.
So we're runners in the corners now for Delanto. But Delanto is going to have a better approach. Only drawing 3 pitches in his last at bat. As he lined out to left or right field. As that one driven into no man's land, and making the catch is Bermudez, and that'll do it. 2 left on 2 hits. We go to the top of the 4th. Geneva's still up 1-0.
Dietz, Buxton, and Arrigo due up for the Geneva Red Wings here in the top of the 4th inning, 1-0. Red Wings with the lead over the Jamestown Tarp Skunks. Tate Johnson back on the mound. He will start his 4th inning of work, and here to tell you about it is Jalen Ferguson.
Thank you very much. Coming from the mound and straight to the plate, Austin Dietz.
Still 1-1 in Niagara between the Oilers and the Ironbacks.
First pitch to Dietz. Catching the outside corner for a strike. 0-1. The 0-1 pitch inside. Dietz moving his legs. 1-1.
Yeah, it looked like a slider that came in a little bit too much, trying to aim it toward the back foot of Dietz.
1-1. Swung on and missed. So just like that, another pitcher's count of 1-2.
Johnson's done the best job he's done all season so far in attacking that strike zone. Tend to think some of it was mechanical.
Swung on and missed, and that is how the first out is awarded a strikeout.
First strikeout of the ball game for Johnson.
That's going to bring in Ben Buxton. Grounded out to Nolan Smith. First pitch. That's popped up and out of play.
That one very out of play.
Ben Buxton starting his at bat like the last time, fouling off the first pitch. The 0-1 outside for a ball. Count is even at 1. Both teams with 2 hits. But Geneva up 1-0. So the 1-1 to Buxton. In the dirt inside. 2-1. Now Tate does not want to change anything from his sequence here. That one catches the zone. 2-2.
You know, there are two big things that I've been noticing about Johnson watching him in the last couple of innings while you've been doing the play-by-play. One, he's not sitting too early in his delivery. He's using that back foot to push off before he sits.
That is a ground ball. Chopper to Nolan Smith. But he's just going to take it, steps on the bag at first, and there are 2 down now.
Third baseman number 11, CJ.
And with him not sitting as early, he has a lot better command of where the ball's going to go in the zone. Also, he's not leaving his arm side flying open on his delivery. It's a lot tighter.
So that's going to bring in CJ Arrega. First pitch. Check swing. Field umpire says he did not go around. Ball 1. So 1-0 popped up and fouled. 1-1 to CJ Arrega.
Way out of play. That one might have gotten Faulkner Street.
I think so. So 1-1 to Arrego. Just missing. 2-1.
You know, now it's got me wondering, what is the farthest foul ball that has been hit onto Faulkner Street? Has one gotten to that warehouse across the street yet?
Maybe. I'm not too sure. 2-1. It's a ground ball down the third base side, fouled.
Keep scanning for broken windows every now and then, but I haven't seen anything new.
It would have to be a sharp foul ball screaming off the bat.
Well, we've seen quite a few of those.
But it's hit on the third base side. 2-2. It's a ground ball up the middle, gets past Tate, coming in is Weeks, throws to first, not in time.
That was tough all the way around. That one coming right back toward Johnson, skipping off the mound, and then cutting toward Weeks, who was coming in, having to adjust on that. That was just a well-placed baseball.
Well, that's going to bring in Kenta Manikata. That is a chopper down the first base side, fouled.
Squaring around to bunt with 2 outs certainly is a choice.
Manikata got himself a single, and he also came around to score, putting up the 1 run for Geneva. With Arrego at first, 2 gone. Snap throw to first, not in time. You know what I noticed when Tate snaps to first, throws in the dirt there instead of eye level.
It's a good thing Smith gets low.
The 0-1 outside for a ball. 1-1 the count. I think it's part of the reason why he throws back to first low, because Smith is already down there. 1-1. In the dirt for a ball, 2-1.
Well, realistically, you want to get it around the knees to make it an easier play for the first baseman to slap the glove on the runner coming back.
That is true.
But, down at the shoe tips, that does make it a little bit more challenging.
2-1. In the dirt again. Throws to first. And not in time.
I don't think Smith was ready for that one.
And that was a good idea by Fetchick. Arrego was coming back in standing. 3-1. And after the first pitch for a strike, loses him on 4 pitches. So now, this is the 3rd inning. Geneva has 2 on. I was going to bring in Andrew Hossman.
It's only the 3rd free pass given up by Johnson in this one. Only the 2nd walk. The other being a hit by pitch.
Speaking of walks, Andrew Hossman does not have an official at-bat today as he drew a walk in his last at-bat. So first pitch to Hossman. Inside, missing.
Well, Johnson has a little bit more breathing room here with 2 outs with the runner at first and second as he would with no out. And that's not to say that now's the time you want to start getting fancy around the zone. Keep going after the zone.
Yeah. Especially you got 2 outs. As the 1-0 misses. 2-0. You don't want to revert back to this tarp that the Tarp Skunks have found themselves. 2 out, nobody on, and now digging themselves into a hole here. 2-0. That's driven out to center field. Raging under it is Grant Moore, and that'll do it. Geneva leaves 2 left on 1 hit. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Geneva still up 1-0.
Muncie, Dugan, JRC do appear in the bottom of the 4th inning as the Geneva Red Wings still holding on to a 1-0 lead. Austin Dietz still on the mound for the Red Wings, and still in the broadcast booth is Jalen Ferguson.
Thank you very much. Tarp Skunks still down 1-0. Again, in previous innings, having runners in scoring position and not pulling the trigger, especially when it's going to come to the playoffs, that's not going to do you any justice. First pitch to Nate Muncie, just catching the outside corner for a strike, 0-1.
Yeah, I've got Jim Mora in my head screaming, playoffs!
The 0-1 chopper up the middle to Dietz, and is going to toss to first and quickly 1 away, just like that. And that's going to bring in CJ Dugan. And Dugan clobbered a double on the first pitch in his last at bat.
Could use a couple of those back-to-back here.
As another chopper and was fouled at the plate. So Dugan 0-1 the count. The 0-1 fouled behind the dish, and so Dugan quickly behind 0-2 just like that. Oh, 2 swung on and missed outside. And so 2 away very easily.
Next up, the designated number 19, Joaquin Rodriguez, Costa.
I was going to bring in JRC. JRC does not have official at bat, and he was hit by the pitch in the last at bat. And now time called by the third base coach, Max. I'm going to talk to JRC about his approach at the plate with 2 gone very swiftly.
Tarp Skunks have struck out 3 times in this game.
So here is JRC. First pitch. Check swing. Foul. And again, Austin Dietz, his delivery is very fast, especially when there's nobody on.
Niagara has taken a 3-1 lead over the Olean Oilers.
0-1, ground ball to first, tosses to Dietz, who steps on the bag, and the side is retired. Tarp Skunks quickly go down 1-2-3 as we head to the top of the 5th. Geneva still up 1-0. Tate Johnson back on the mound to start his 5th inning of work. He will face Burcroft, Marsh, and Bermudez. And here to call the 5th inning is Dre Guinness.
All right, thank you very much, Jalen. Don't forget playoffs. Playoffs on Monday, as the Tarp Skunks will take on the Auburn Doubledays. 6:30. Batavia will either take on Olean or Elmira. And the way it's looking right now, if the game holds up in Niagara, Elmira will have punched their ticket in the 4th spot. As the first pitch to Casey Burcroft is taken inside or outside for a ball. Count goes 1-0. 1-0 pitch, missing on the outside corner. 2-0. It'll be Burcroft, Marsh, and Bermudez due up here. Burcroft with a sacrifice bunt, his first time out. Swinging, there's a line drive over the leaping Eric Weeks at second into center field. That is a base hit.
And that just shows the importance of trying to capitalize on 1, 2, 3 innings. You know, the starting pitcher can only play it for so long. He gives up a line drive single there.
And then Weeks looked like he might have had a shot at it just past his glove as Lucas Marsh stands in now. First pitch to him. This is well off the plate outside for a ball, 1-0. Burcroft not afraid to take a lead over at first. Lead foot at the cutoff. Runner goes. Pitch is swung, and there's a fly ball into right field. Muncy tracks under it, makes the catch. Burcroft has to go back to first. And there is one away.
That was a good thing by the hit and run situation. How he popped it up, keeping the runner at first. And Muncy ranging under to make the catch.
So now Christian Bermuda stands in. 0 for 1 on the day. Grounded out to second his first time up. Burcroft takes his lead at first. Lead foot just past the infield cutout. Swinging. There's a pop-up. Straight back. Fetchick underneath and makes the catch. Burcroft thought about tagging and going to second, but Fetchick not having any of that, and quickly 2 away.
You know, I got to say, even though that is not orthodox to tag up on an infield pop-up, you know, he tried to catch the middle infielder sleeping there.
That's pretty heads up. I mean, you definitely give him credit on that. And now with 2 outs, we go back to the top of the order. Dylan Briggs due up. Briggs hit by a pitch. He's also flown out to center. First pitch on the outside corner for a strike. Count goes to 0-1. Briggs, right-handed hitter. And the 0-1 pitch in the dirt. Fetchick with a good job stopping that. And the count goes to 1-1. One nothing Geneva with the lead here in the top of the 5th inning. The breaking ball finds the heart of the zone. 1-2 now to Briggs. Quinn Mahoney on deck. He would hit if Briggs can extend the inning.
And again, Tate Johnson having himself quite a game.
Snap back over to first. Just back in is Burcroft.
Tate Johnson having himself quite a game. You also got to wonder how long he can go. All about how the Tarp Skunks answer back.
He's got to be getting into the 60+. Another snap throw over to first and even closer, but Burcroft able to get back in. Johnson at 73 pitches thus far. So he might be getting close to the end of the tracks. I don't see anyone warming up in the Skunks bullpen. And the 1-2 pitch coming. There's a fly ball into left field. That one is trouble. Moore on the run in front of the warning track. Makes the catch. And the side is retired. No runs. 1 runner left. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. It's still 1-0 Geneva.
Austin Dietz back on the mound to start his 5th inning of work. He will face Fetchick, Enders, and Jordan. And here to call it is Dre Giddith.
All right, thank you very much, Jalen. As we are still following that Olean Niagara game. The first pitch to Fetchick, taken on the outside corner for a called strike. 0-1 the count. Fetchick with a base hit his first time up. And there's a foul back. The count goes 0-2. So I just noticed on the graphic in between innings, it had the records wrong for, I want to say, Olean. Both Elmira and Olean, 19 and 17 going into today. Is that one on the outside? And the count goes to 1-2. So here's the scenario. If Olean loses today, Elmira needs to win tomorrow, and Olean is out. As the 1-2 just missing on the outside, 2-2. If Olean loses today, Elmira to lock in for could use a win, but if Olean drops their next two, Elmira is in. The only way Olean really has a chance to win, they need to win out. They need to win tonight. They need to win tomorrow. And then they would be a half a game ahead of Elmira. It really comes down to a half a game. As the payoff pitch up high, and Fetchick draws a leadoff walk here.
Seeing shades of the second inning. Walking Fetchick, and then coming to the plate is Jackson Enders.
The only difference is this time there's nobody out.
The bases are not loaded.
Well, yeah, I guess that's a difference too. Enders stands in, striking out his first time. Fetchick taking a lead. He's going to go. Pitch taken for a ball. Throw down to second is going to be way too late. Heath Fetchick with a stolen base. And the tying run now 180 feet away.
And Fetchick has caught some catchers sleeping. You know, he's the kind of guy you wouldn't think can steal, but then once he goes...
So he's deceptive looking.
Yeah.
When you look at him up close, he just seems like a normal, regular, everyday ball player. He wears a little bit of baggier pants, baggier uniform. As that one misses outside, 2-2 or 2-0. When you're looking at him from up here, he looks like he's built like a fullback, like he's carrying extra weight, and that's deceptive because you wouldn't think he's got speed, but he does.
Yeah.
The psychology of baseball. You gotta love it. Fetchick dancing around at second. The 2-0 pitch catches the outside corner for a strike. 2-1.
You know, other power hitters on the Tarp Skunks like Delanto, JRC, you know, they dance at first base, make you think that they're gonna go. Fetchick just goes.
2-1 to Enders. And the pitch is fouled off. And the count evens at 2 apiece. And we're getting to the point where halfway through the final regular season game of the year. You starting to reflect on the season yet?
Yeah.
2-2. Fetchick dancing, and time called by Enders right when Dietz threw the pitch, and probably a good thing Enders backed off. That would have been strike 3 or in the zone. So now 2-2 all over again. Dietz with a long look at second again. Third time, fourth time back to the bag, and the pitch. Swinging, there's a foul off to the right. And now you got to think Fetchick is in the head of Dietz a little bit. Looking back 4 times, although the last time there was a runner at second, Dietz would do this where he would look 4 times, deliver a pitch, next time look back once and deliver the pitch. So it might be a timing mechanism for him. So he takes the one look back and a second. He's definitely thinking about Fetchick. And another time called at the plate by Enders. And that's got to frustrate Dietz a little bit too. A little gamesmanship here at the plate.
But again, when you look back and when you're worried about that runner, it tends to throw off your pitch there.
2-2 coming. That one called strike 3, and Enders did not like the call, but he watched strike 3 in the first out of the inning.
Yeah, I will say, I don't blame Enders. That one was below the knees. It was just good a frame job by Buxton.
There's Caleb Jordan now. Grounded out to second base. Got a single his last time up. Off of his fists, was thrown out on a fielder's choice, lead part of a double play that was not able to be turned hit by Grant Moore. So 1-0 the count. Fetchick with the long lead. Runner goes. Pitch taken for a ball. Throw down to third is not in time. Fetchick gets himself 90 feet away from home plate. And it's a 2-0 count to Caleb Jordan. Now doesn't need a base hit, just something deep enough into the outfield. Should be enough to tie this ball game.
Or that right center field gap there should probably do it.
Briggs moving over to the right field side of the bag, though, as that one comes in and hits Jordan. And he's not happy about it.
He just threw the bat there. Upset with the one inside.
Now we're going to get a little conference at the mound. No action in the Red Wings bullpen, so this is just going to be a settle down conversation.
Well, now with that being said, I see a catcher going out there. I think they're going to start some stretching and tossing there.
This is really going to be to solidify, look, one out, ball on the ground, second to first. Don't worry about the runner at third type of situation. I think the only one who would really, the only guys that you would really consider worrying about the play at the plate would be your first or third baseman. Something sharp hit to them. You want to go home. It's going to be harder, even for a first baseman. It's going to be harder for him to go to second and then back to first. So Grant Moore will stand in. Struck out, reached on a fielder's choice. Has a chance to tie up the ball game here with one swing of the bat. One away here in the bottom of the fifth inning. Runners at the corners. Red Wings with a 1-0 lead as Moore waits. Runner goes. Pitch taken for a ball. Throw down to third in anticipation for Fetchick taking off. He did not go. And so into second with a stolen base is Caleb Jordan. Pitch was taken for a strike. Count goes to 0-1.
Well, that steal now is going to bring in the infield.
Infield playing tight on the grass. Everyone toeing the grass at their position. Outfield playing straight away. There's a line drive over the leaping head of Bermudez at second. That's a base hit. One run will score. Jordan heading to the plate. He will score ahead of the throw. Grant Moore with a 2-run single, and the Tarp Skunks have taken a 2-1 lead.
And there you go. Being able to answer back when you put up 0 on defense. And with runners in scoring position, that is how you pull the trigger.
That's going to bring up Eric Weeks now, and Weeks If I'm Joe Riedebach, I'm having him take a couple of pitches, see if Grant Moore can get himself into scoring position. 0 for 2 on the day, and the first pitch taken on the outside corner for a strike, 0-1.
Yeah, definitely. Especially with Grant Moore at first, you definitely don't want to start swinging at the first couple of pitches.
Moore now with 24 stolen bases, needs one more to tie. Runner goes. Pitch taken for a ball throw down is not in time. Grant Moore has tied the single season stolen base record at 25. Now one more, and he will have set a record here on the regular season finale. As Weeks, 1 RBI away from tying the RBI record. And the pitch, swing and a miss. And the count goes 1-2.
And Weeks was late on the inside pitch. Almost got jammed up there.
So 1-2 to Weeks. Moore with a long lead off second. He keeps creeping toward the bag. He goes. Pitch is swung on and missed. Throw down to third is not in time. Grant Moore has set the single season franchise record for stolen bases with 26 on the season. Congratulations to him. And with 2 outs, that's going to bring up Nolan Smith. And that hits him first pitch. Not happy about that at all as well. For Nolan Smith, that's the second time he has reached base via the free pass. First time was a walk. Now a hit by pitch. Runners at first and third with 2 down here. Activity continues in the Red Wings bullpen as Paul Delanto stands in. No activity in the Tarp Skunks bullpen that we can see right now. As Delanto waits. Dietz' first pitch inside for a ball, 1-0.
Again, Paul Delanto going to have to, again, have a better approach. Got to watch a couple of pitches. The last couple of at-bats only went up to 3.
The next pitch comes in. That one very much inside. The count goes 2-0.
Delanto, his first at-bat, went 3 pitches. The last one, fly it out on the first one.
2-0. And the pitch coming. Taking for a ball. Snapback throw to third. And Moore is back easily. 3-0 now, the count to Delanto with Nate Muncy on deck. If Delanto gets aboard, this might be Dietz' last hitter. He has pitched a pretty solid ball game through 4 2/3 at this point. 3-0, got to have it strike right on the inside corner, 3-1.
I mean, either way, it's going to be Dietz' last inning.
Yeah, 82 pitches up to this point. 3-1. Runner goes, swinging. There's a line drive into the gap in left field. That is a base hit. Station baseball as a run scores. And the Tarp Skunks now lead 3-1.
And there you go. When you have a better approach, you get a better result. And that is most likely going to be it for Austin Dietz.
That is going to be it for Dietz. We'll get the new pitcher for you in just a moment. 3-1, Jamestown with the lead. The new pitcher for the Geneva Red Wings is going to be number 33, Tommy Sheets. It'll be his 7th appearance. He comes in with a 1-0 record of 5.59 ERA, 9 2/3 innings pitched. He's given up 13 hits, 9 runs, 6 of those earned, 5 walks against 8 strikeouts. And he is going to have a tough situation ahead of him as he will come in with 2 down. But the forest full of skunks for the Jamestown Tarp Skunks, we'd like to remind you to come out on Monday as the Western Division semifinals will take place between the Tarp Skunks and the Auburn Doubledays, 6:30 for the first pitch in that one. You're not going to want to miss it. And then we will see what happens between Batavia and either Elmira or Olean, depending on who clinches that 4th seed. And speaking of that 4th seed, right now the Niagara Ironbacks with a 4-1 lead over the Olean Oilers, that in the top of the 6th inning. The Oilers lose this game. Elmira, all they need to do is win tomorrow, and they clinch that 4th spot. As Nate Muncy will stand in for the Jamestown Tarp Skunks. Bases full of skunks. Or no. First and second. Sorry. Got excited there. First and second with 2 down. 3 across here for the Skunks in the bottom of the frame. Both runners go as Muncy squared around, and he was hit with the first pitch that came in. So now the bases are full of skunks.
Yeah, he pulled back and it still hit him, which is why he was awarded hit by pitch.
CJ Dugan will come in now. Now with the bases full of skunks. 4 is full of skunks. Dugan 1 for 2 with a double and a strikeout. Has a chance to really break this game open for the Tarp Skunks here. Skunks really need that momentum. 3 is nice, more is better. The first pitch is a breaking ball that finds the zone for a strike. 0-1 the count.
This is the 9th hitter that the Tarp Skunks have put up in this inning.
I find it interesting. Sheets hitting Muncy with a fastball on his first pitch, immediately goes to a curveball on his first pitch to Dugan. As there's a little chopper over the mound right to the shortstop Marsh, who steps on the bag. And the inning is over, but the Skunks take the lead. 3 come across. We go to the top of the 6th inning. It's 3-1 Jamestown.
Welcome back to Russell E. Diethrick Park. Tate Johnson still on the mound for his 6th inning of work. He will face Mahoney, Dietz, and Buxton. And here to call the 6th inning is Dre Guinness.
All right, Jalen, thank you very much. Yes, Dietz, even though he was replaced at the mound, he will stay in the DH position.
Number 16, Quinn Mahoney.
As Quinn Mahoney stands in. Mahoney 1 for 2 on the day. We'll get you caught up on the scores around the east and west of the PGCBL here in just a moment as the first pitch is fouled. As we are in the top of the 6th. 3-1 Tarp Skunks with the lead. Newark over the Auburn Doubleday is 5-0. That one in the bottom of the 6th inning up in Auburn. As that one's fouled over our head, out of play. The temptation to flinch was there, but I fought it off. Bottom 6, Niagara with a 4-1 lead over the Oilers. Oilers' chances running out here. As the 0-2 pitch just misses. And the count goes to 1-2. Batavia has taken a 6-2 lead over the Niagara Falls Americans. That one in the bottom of the 4th. There's a line drive. Nice stop on the short hop by Smith. Takes it to the bag himself for the first out of the inning.
A good job by Nolan Smith being able to lay out and make a diving effort. That was a sharp ground ball straight to him.
And so with 1 away, that's going to bring up Austin Dietz, who again had a pretty good job on the mound tonight. As there's a ground ball off of Smith's glove, that is going to be an infield single, more than likely. It's a very tough play for Nolan Smith. Let's see what they bring up on the scoreboard here. And they're going to give Smith an error. I'm not sure if I would give him an error on that or not.
Well, he was way out of position to make that routine ground ball.
As Buxton stands in, he swings at the first pitch he sees to left field. Diving is CJ Dugan to make the catch. And there are 2 away. Superman lays out to do it again.
Man, and the Tarp Skunks on defense has just been flying around. They have been hungry today.
Dugan has been a defensive highlight reel this whole season. I feel bad that I haven't been able to put the highlight package for him together yet, but I'm way behind on all the highlights. I got to go back and start grinding as CJ Arrigo takes the first pitch he sees for a strike, 0-1. Just been a little bit worn out these last couple of weeks, but, you know, with the season ending, as there's a ground ball to third, Jordan has it quickly to the easy way at second, and quickly the side is retired. No runs, no hits, 1 runner left. On the air we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. It's still 3-1.
Geneva, no, Jamestown Tarp Skunks up 3-1 over Geneva. Sheets here to officially start his first inning of work. He will face JRC, Heath Fetchick, and Jackson Enders. And here to call it is Dre Guinness.
All right, Jalen, as we go to the top of the 6th inning in a briskly moving ball game here between Geneva and Jamestown, the regular season finale. And of course, after the game, things are getting blown up as it is fireworks night.
That's one way to put it.
The regular season is about to be blown up. Can't believe we've already reached the end of the regular season as the first pitch to JRC is taken for a ball, 1-0.
It's crazy how it's already the end of July.
I know. It just seems like we just started this all the way back May 29th.
May 29th. That was fresh out of college.
It feels like yesterday I was just picking you up from the airport, right?
Yeah.
2-0 to JRC. As the next one comes in high, 3-0. So I mean, if you had to like summarize your experience in 50 words or less this summer,
In 50 words or less.
how would you do it? And can you interweave it in between pitches? As the 3-0 pitch comes in, the JRC takes a 4-pitch walk to lead off the bottom of the 6th inning.
I mean, for my first year of actually doing live play-by-play, you know, this is a good start. This has been a very good season, in fact, to do it.
Heath Fetchick stands in. He's singled and walked, scored a run, and stolen a base. He's a little bit of everything out there offensively today. First pitch is taken up and away for a ball, 1-0. How would you rate? If this was a Yelp review, how would you rate your Tarp Skunks intern experience? Ooh, as a breaking ball goes behind Fetchick. Good catch by Buxton behind the dish, 2-0.
For Yelp, isn't it like from 0 to 5?
Yeah. Well, 1 to 5. I don't think Yelp allows you to actually give a 0.
I'm gonna wait till this pitch to get my answer.
2-0 the count to Fetchick as another breaking ball behind him. Count goes 3-0.
Okay. There's been 2 pitches that were behind Fetchick. I'm not too sure about what that is all about. But if I had to rate my experience here for the Jamestown Tarp Skunks, I would give it, because 5, like you can't rate a 5.5, right?
No, you can't rate a 5.5.
I would say I would give it a 4.8.
I'll take a 4.8. Maybe we can open up a intern portal between us and Ball State University.
I'll have to ask around.
3-0 pitch to Fetchick. That one catches the zone. And the string of 7 straight balls comes to an end for Tommy Sheets. This has been a fun season for me. I think this has been my favorite of the 3. There's a foul back. And then the count goes full, 3-2. You know, different experiences. I haven't had the same experience back-to-back years. First year we had a production team. Second year we had CCS. This year I took on a 95% of the heavy lifting. It has been hard. It has been difficult. It has been challenging, but it has been the most fun I've had doing baseball. As the payoff pitch comes, that one up and away for ball 4. And Fetchick is aboard. And so now 2 on with nobody out for Jackson Enders.
Number 7, Jackson Enders.
Jackson Enders coming into this at bat with 2 straight Ks. Something's got to change here.
So Enders stands in. 2 on, nobody out. Not a situation the Skunks have been in much over this 4-game winning streak. See if they can capitalize here. As the first pitch to Enders is taken off the plate. Outside for a ball, 1-0. I'd like to extend a very warm welcome to all the Geneva Red Wings fans watching us on the YouTube here tonight. Glad to have you with us. Hope you're enjoying the ball game. As it is the 1-0 pitch to Enders, taken up high for a ball, 2-0.
Now this season, it's definitely it has been a very emotional roller coaster throughout this whole entire season.
That's the one difference I've noticed from doing what I call guerrilla broadcasting and being hooked on with the team for the whole season is that one's fouled back. And it's 2-1. You know, you do guerrilla broadcasting. Well, all right, you're going to be in this city. You're going to call these 2 teams. Okay, I mean, you know, it's almost like just going through the motions to collect a paycheck. But when you hook on with a team like this and you can follow them through their ups and downs, yeah, it's difficult not to get caught up in the emotions and have any kind of an emotional attachment. As the next pitch comes in, there's a high fly ball into center field. Going back on it is Briggs, who will make the catch. Bluffing the tag, but not going is JRC at second. And so Enders gave it a ride, but not quite far enough. And with 1 out, that's going to bring up Caleb Jordan.
You know, Enders, after 2 straight strikeouts, like you said, he gave that a ride, making very solid contact, but just not really hit well out there.
Well, I think, you know, part of the thing that hurts Enders is he did not get a lot of consistent playing time this season.
Especially in the first half of the season.
He played the first couple of games and then disappeared, and you started wondering, where's Jackson? As the first pitch to Jordan misses somewhere. 1-0. Not sure quite where that missed.
You know, the first half season, the roster looks a lot different than it did now.
1-0 pitch is fouled back. Counts 1-1. Yeah, you know. And a lot of the guys that started slow, started to struggle, and you had to wonder about early on in the season, ended up being just fine. They figured it out, turned it around. Mm-hmm. And that's, I mean, it happens. But, you know, when you're a couple of weeks into the season and you see some guys panicking, you start to worry a little bit as there's a little flare out in the center field. Briggs able to track under it and make the catch for out number 2. Thought that one might hang up there or drop a little bit sooner, but just hung up a little too long. 2 down now, and that's going to bring up Grant Moore. Moore, the official all-time single-season stolen base leader with 26. Wouldn't it be something if he got a base hit or even took a walk, squared a bunt, first pitch foul down the third base line. And Eric Weeks came in and got 2 RBIs to take the single-season RBI record.
Yep.
Does that almost count as calling our shot?
Maybe. Actually, I think I would, actually.
I'll take it. 0-1 the count. Moore waits. The pitch. That one's on the outside corner for a strike. 0-2. Now Moore with his back against the wall. It's where he operates the best, though, with 2 strikes.
Forces him to make contact.
And the 0-2 pitch swinging. There's a fly ball down the left field line. That one is hanging. That one is down for extra bases. JRC will score. Grounding third and falling In between third and home is Fetchick. He's caught a rundown and he will be tagged out. And an unfortunate turn of events cost the Tarp Skunks a run, but they do get one more across. And with that, we go to the top of the 7th inning. Tarp Skunks extend the lead to 4-3. It's now 4-1 as we go to the 7th. (4-1) Tarp Skunks as we head to the top of the 7th inning. For the Red Wings, they will have Minicata, Hassman, and Burcroft due up. And here to tell you about it is Jalen Ferguson.
Thank you very much. Your innings specifically had the most action.
Sometimes that happens. Hasn't happened in a long time, though.
First pitch to Minicata, just missing.
Tate Johnson still in the game. 85 pitches.
Lays down a bunt, fouled at the plate. 1-1 the count.
This is definitely the kind of start the Skunks needed.
This is the game that the Tarp Skunks needed.
You're absolutely right. I undersold it.
I mean, after losing 2 straight to Olean, being mercied last night, you know, this is the game that you definitely wanted to bounce back with. The 1-1 ground ball to Eric Weeks, throws on to Nolan Smith, and they get Minicata at first for the first out.
First pitch number 18, Andrew Hoffman.
Well, Olean's chances seem to be disappearing with every inning that goes by in Niagara. The Ironbacks now with a 7-1 lead over the Oilers, that in the bottom of the 6th inning.
That's going to bring in Andrew Hassman. First pitch. An off speed, drops down, catches the zone for a strike. To the 1-0. Or the 0-1. Driven and sliding and making the catch is Grant Moore for the second out of the inning.
Extra hit number 4, P.T. Burkhardt.
This is the kind of defensive effort you like to see from the Tarp Skunks.
That's the second great sliding or diving attempt on the outfield in as many innings. It kind of reinstills the confidence level of that no-fly zone outfield.
That's going to bring in Burcroft. First pitch, catching the zone for a strike, 0-1. Burcroft got himself a sac bunt and a single. That's driven out to center as well. And Grant Moore ranging under it, and that'll be the inning. Geneva goes down quickly, 1-2-3. Tarp Skunks up to bat. They are still up 4-1.
your name and your rank.
Bottom of the 7th inning as the Tarp Skunks quickly back up to the plate. It'll be Weeks, Smith, and Delonto due up against Tommy Sheets. Don't forget to come out Monday as the Tarp Skunks and the Auburn Doubledays square off in the Western Conference semifinals. The winners to play for the Western Division crown and the opportunity to play for the PGCBL championship on the line on Tuesday. So need to win Monday and see where we'll be playing on Tuesday if that happens. But before we get there, we got to finish this, and here to tell you about it, it's Jalen Ferguson.
Well, thank you very much, as it'll still be Sheets to start his second inning of work. He will face Eric Weeks, Nolan Smith, and Paul Delonto.
So we made a lot about Eric Weeks and the RBI chase.
First pitch to Weeks, inside, but misses for a ball.
He is involved in another chase of his own. And as soon as I can find the slide bar, I'll be able to tell you.
1-0 to Weeks. That one catch in the outside corner for a strike. 1-1.
So Eric Weeks coming into this bat hitting .362. Even if he offers out for the rest of the game, he will set a new record.
The 1-1 misses in the dirt. 2-1.
And that record is going to be the highest single season batting average for any Tarp Skunks, beating out Jacob Haynes' .355 last season.
2-1, driven out to left field. But coming in is Mahoney to make the catch for the first out.
First baseman number 14, Nolan Smith.
That's going to bring in Nolan Smith. Nolan Smith coming into this at bat 0 for 1 with a couple of free passes, a walk, and a hit by pitch. First pitch to Nolan Smith, catches the zone for a strike. 0-1 the count.
This game's going by so fast, they might have to fire off the fireworks before the sun completely goes down here tonight.
Maybe. 1. Just missing outside. 1-1.
When was the last time we were in the bottom of the 7th inning at the 2-hour mark of a ball game?
I want to say, ooh, this has been a while. I know it was in July. That one popped up. And ranging under it, it is Marsh making the catch for the second out of the inning.
The next hitter, number 4, Paul.
Well, that's going to bring in Paul Delonto.
It's not a very common occurrence this season that we've gotten 2 hours and we're almost to the 8th inning.
I want to say it happened, I feel like it happened 2 weeks ago.
Well, that would have been during the doubleheader. Those don't count.
And I think it was a game before that. First pitch to Delonto inside for a ball, 1-0. I want to say it was probably that 4th of July Olean game. Or the 3rd of July, technically.
Could have been. I'll have to go back and look.
1-0 to Delonto. Just downside for a ball. Or down low for a ball.
Yeah, Niagara now up 8-1 against the Oilers. Their season coming to a rapid end here. Still not officially out of it, but they will fall half a game behind Elmira. A half a game is going to separate those two teams.
2-0 to Delonto. And another ball, 3-0. Delonto's starting to have better plate discipline now. First couple of at-bats. Swinging at the first pitch. Now he's extending the at-bat. He's ahead 3-0. And the 3-0 catches the zone.
Well, this is part of the game where the adrenaline is worn off and you're able to actually cut through it and start to focus in on your at-bats. Some players get that pre-adrenaline yip before they get in the plate and want to swing at the first pitch they see. Then later on, as the game goes by, that goes away.
3-1, driven out in the right center field. Briggs, nobody can get to it. It drops down. Paul Delanto parks at second. He got himself a double.
That was definitely a wind-aided double as that ball got up there, carried away from Briggs, and Minicata a little bit too slow to come over to cover. Delanto with a Diethrick Park double, and now Nate Muncy has an opportunity.
So Nate Muncy standing in 0 for 2, and he was hit by the pitch on the bunt, pulled back.
There is action in the Tarp Skunks bullpen. It looks like a left-hander.
Could it be Jack Santee?
I was just thinking that myself. It does not look like Joe Man Santos.
It's the first pitch to Muncy. Misses down low. 1-0. It might not be Joseph Santos because Joe played against Olean last night. It might be Santee. It's the 1-0 inside. 2-0. Haven't seen Camp Churchill in a while.
I think Churchill might start Monday. If I had it, and I'm not putting words in Joe Riedebach's mouth or anything, but if I had the pencil, that's what I would do.
2-0 misses to Nate Muncy. 3-0.
And then that allows you to save either Tatar, Boynar,
McLean,
or Bryant, McLean.
Sheets taking his time looking at Delanto. And on 4 pitches, and Nate Muncy draws a walk. So that's going to bring in CJ Dugan. And as the Geneva skipper coming out on the mound, no action in Geneva's bullpen. So this is just going to be a conversation here.
Yeah, this is a, hey, what are you doing? There's 2 outs. Just get out of the inning. For CJ Dugan, though, he has put the ball into play. He has grounded out to short, struck out, and also hit a 2-out double back in the second inning. And not only offensively has he made a name for himself tonight, but defensively, laying out and robbing extra bases. Not sure which inning that was. Let's see. Have to go back and look. Want to say that was back in the 6th inning. That would make sense. 2 on, 2 out for the Skunks.
So CJ Dugan standing in. Paul Delanto at second. Nate Muncy at first. CJ Dugan 2 for 3 or 1 for 3. What a double. A couple of ground outs though. And snap, no throw. Keeping Delanto at second. And this time, snap for the first, or snap for the second. Not in time.
I guess that first one was a dry run, right? It's dress rehearsal.
Yeah. In Geneva, they've been taking their time when there's runners in motion. First pitch to C.J. Dugan, outside in the dirt for a ball.
You know, as we get ready to close the books on another season of PGCBL Baseball, I can't help but wonder, what is the league going to look like next year?
That was a good question.
Are we going to get any new additional teams? Are there any perhaps new teams up in Canada that might be percolating? Are we going to see some retraction perhaps? Maybe realignment?
I would say geographically, you could afford to move either Elmira as a 2-0 catches the zone for a strike 2-1. You can either afford to move Elmira or Auburn over to the eastern side.
I could see that. The one thing that the league has going against them is just an odd number of teams. You have
9 here and 9 or 7 in the east.
Well, actually, no, that's an even number. That's 16 teams. They're just unbalanced divisions. But how do you do 16 teams in a 3-division set? Someone's going to have 6.
That's a 2-1 missed. 3-1.
Again, that's all speculation on our part.
Yeah. 3-1. And they are catching Nate Muncie in a rundown. And that'll do it. 2 left on. We go to the bottom of, or the top of the 8th. Tarp Skunks add on. It is 4-1.
Tate Johnson on the mound to start his 8th inning of work, and he has pitched a beauty. 1 run, 4 hits through 8 innings. He is going to have the bottom of the order due up. Marsh Bermudez, then back to the top for Dylan Briggs. And here to tell you all about the 8th inning, it's Jalen Ferguson.
Thank you very much. Tate Johnson pitching well into this ball game.
91 pitches up to this point.
And here it is. Lucas Marsh to start it off. First pitch up high for a ball.
You know, the thing that I've noticed about Johnson this late in the game is he still has his first inning velocity going.
As the 1-0 catches the zone for a strike, 1-1.
Pretty filthy movement on a breaking ball, too, this late in the game.
So the 1-1 pitch to Marsh. That one up high. 2-1.
That was a breaking ball that sailed out of the zone at the last second. Good pitch.
2-1 in the dirt for a ball, 3-1.
Left-hander still continuing to work in the Tarp Skunks bullpen, so Johnson's night getting closer and closer to completion.
Still got a lefty ready for whatever happens. 3-1, swung on and missed. Now the count is full here, 3-2.
Yeah, that was a power swing against a power fastball. And Marsh just too slow, couldn't catch up to it.
So full count. Swung on and missed, and they got him for the first out. So that's going to bring in Christian Bermudez.
And believe it or not, that's Tate Johnson's only second strikeout of the ballgame. You know, that tells me a ton. That when you've been this dominant through...
It's the first pitch. That's a line drive up the middle. And Bermudez with a one-out single.
Center fielder, number 3.
Well, I was going to say, you know, when you've been dominant through 7 1/3, almost at 100 pitches, and you only have 2 strikeouts, you're doing something right.
Just got to attack that zone. As we roll it back up to the top of the lineup, it is Dylan Briggs. First pitch to Briggs. Home plate umpire says that missed, so 1-0.
Just a little high. As the lights taking over now. Should be dark enough for things to go boom in about 30 minutes.
Fake steal, and that is a ground ball to third, throws on to first, and they got him at first. 2 gone.
That was a great pick by Jordan, having to go to the backhand side. Might have had a chance at second, but realized it was going to be too close, and instead of forcing the issue, went across the long way, a very long throw across the diamond to get the second out of the inning.
So that's going to bring in Quinn Mahoney. First pitch on a line drive, 2 enders, barehands it, throws, and pulls Ender on the throw to home, not in time. So the run scores on the E6.
That's some heads-up base running there, too. Just ducking the head and turning the corner.
Bermuda is coming around to score, and so that's going to bring in Austin Dykes. The first pitch in the dirt in front of home plate.
Yeah, right now with that pitch, if I was Fetchik, I'd go out just to calm Johnson down a little bit. That one was not his fault.
So 1-0. It's a ground ball to Eric Weeks. Throws to the sure out at first. And that'll do it for Geneva. 1 left on 1 hit. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Tarp Skunks still up 4-2.
Four 2 Tarp Skunks as we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Tommy Sheets back on the mound for the Red Wings. He will face CJ Dugan, JRC, and Heath Fetchik. Due up here in the bottom of the 8th inning, 6, 7, 8. And here to step up to the mic For the last time in the regular season, it is Jalen Ferguson.
Okay, now you're just making me sad. As to lead it off, it is CJ Dugan.
I'd say go cry in your beer, but you got to wait till next Wednesday to do that.
Yeah, I'm just saying, now I gotta wait until next Wednesday. Wait, next Wednesday? This Wednesday?
Or this Wednesday.
First pitch to CJ Dugan. It was a slider catching the outside corner for a strike.
And Dugan getting a redo after months he got picked off first.
That is a line drive into right field. That's going to touch down. CJ Dugan leads it off with a single.
Nice job by Dugan getting a line drive to the opposite field that touched grass. 2 hits for the Skunks left fielder day. And now JRC with an opportunity. This is his kind of night. Cool, breeze blowing out to right. Against a right-handed hitter, something on the outside part of the plate, belt high. Goodbye.
Well, snap, no throw to first. Now that was a snap throw to first.
Little dress rehearsal, got the ball back and immediately went back to first base. That's aggressive by Sheets on the mound.
Action in Geneva's bullpen ring. Slide step. Misses inside for a ball.
And you'll see some of those pitchers that have generally slow movements to the plate. They'll employ a slide step to try to cheat another half second, speed up their delivery.
Another slide step popped up and out of play.
That was very out of play.
That must have hit a car because somebody's car alarm is now going off.
Better not be mine.
I don't think it went that far.
Okay, because that would be a pretty hefty foul ball.
That's driven out to right field, but into the Geneva bullpen and making the catch as the warm-up pitcher out there.
Nice play out there.
So 1-2 to JRC. Snap throw to first, diving. With CJ Dugan back in safely. One on with no outs. JRC with a 1-2 count. One, two. Fouled at the plate. And we'll do it again.
JRC has really come along this season at staying alive in a 2-strike situation. It used to be you could get him to chase on pitches on the outside part of the plate and get him to miss, but lately making contact, staying alive, giving himself another opportunity.
Snap, no throw back to first. Sheets has been very worried about base runners and has kind of been throwing them off. The snap throw to first, not in time. CJ Dugan back in. It has been 1-2. I want to say for the last 3 minutes. And the delivery. Up high for a ball, 2-2.
Yeah, remember we were talking about the 7 innings cruising. This 8th inning, screeching to a halt.
You'll definitely just parking in the 8th inning. 2-2. In the dirt for a ball, 3-2 to JRC.
You think he knows this is probably going to be his last outing of the season, and so he's trying to milk it for all it's worth?
Well, can't can't really guarantee it will be his last outing.
Well, this is their last game.
And he draws a walk. And so JRC is aboard via a walk. That's going to bring him Heath Fetching. No,
Actually, now you got me second guessing myself, and now I got to see if there is another game tomorrow for them. Oh, they do have another game tomorrow. Okay.
well, the first pitch to Fetchick inside, but misses. 1-0. Heath Fetchick with the bat on his shoulder. As a ground ball to third base and fouled on the past the third base side. You know, Heath Fetchick, his batting stance reminds me of Chris Bryant's batting stance. Hands high, but the bat's on his shoulder.
Very still, too.
And that one runs in and hits him on the shoulder. So Heath Fetchick has been on base 4 times. As the skipper coming onto the mound. And that'll be it. 4 sheets. So new pitcher on his way to the mound. We'll get you the new pitcher's name after this.
So there's a bunch of changes happening for the Geneva Red Wings. New pitcher is going to be the catcher, Ben Buxton. And I think there's a new third baseman and a new designated hitter. I heard a lot of instructions being shouted out, but couldn't tell you who is moving where other than that.
I think Dietz moved over to third.
Number 4 is over at third base. That's Casey Burcroft, who was extra hit. I guess the extra hitter now playing third. catcher, trying to get a number on him.
I want to say that's 11. Standing in, it is Jackson Enders. And first pitch, narrowly missing Enders as he moved out of the way.
Well, if that is number 11, that's Jason Alderman? Hold on.
Jackson Enders fouls off the 1-0.
The Joshua Ailman. Let's see if I can get the updates on the schedule here, or the box score.
1-1. Ooh, that one up high. You know, I don't think Ben Buxton is a pitcher. I think he's just a position player pitching right now. The 2-1 misses. 3-1.
That's actually Arago moving from third behind the dish.
The 3-1 fouled behind the dish. And so now 3-2 to Jackson Enders.
And Dietz replacing Hausman at first. So Dietz moves over to first.
That one fouled again behind the backstop. You know, right now, this is kind of the matchup Jackson Enders need right here. Ben Buxton not throwing too much velocity here. It's 3-2. Outside for a ball. A run will come in. CJ Dugan, Tarp Skunks now take a 5-2 lead.
Now in the third baseman, number 38, Caleb Jordan.
That's going to bring in Caleb Jordan. Jordan 1 for 2. A single and a flyout. Hit by pitch and came around to score. It's the first pitch. It's a ground ball to second. Throws on to first. And they get Caleb out. Not before. The run coming across to score. That is Joaquin Rodriguez Costa putting up the 6th run. As we roll it back up to the top of the lineup, it is Grant Moore.
Grant Moore.
And Grant has got himself quite a day. 2 for 4 with 3 steals.
And once again,
And 3 RBIs, not to mention.
once again, the new single season franchise leader in stolen bases with 26 in one season.
It's the first pitch outside for a ball. 1-0. Catches the zone for a strike. 1-1.
Going back to double check Eric Weeks' numbers. Still 362, so yeah, he will have a record.
Well, the 1-1 popped up on the left side and out of play. So Grant Moore standing in with a 1-2 count against Ben Buxton. Still trying to figure out the situation here. Did Arago go to second then?
No, he's behind the dish.
Oh, he's behind the dish. I have to fix
Bermuda's,
this.
yeah, Bermuda's still at second.
That is a line drive and fouled.
Could you ask for a better setup than for Eric Weeks than
Bases
situation.
loaded.
Yeah.
Bases loaded with 1 out. That is the perfect situation.
And needing 2 RBIs.
But a 1-2 popped up inside the diamond, making the catch. It is. Well, it's not Arago anymore.
No, that was Burcroft.
Burcroft. The 2 away, and here is Eric Weeks.
So here it is for Eric Weeks. He's already going to lock in the single season batting average record. But with a base hit here, driving in 2, he could lock in the RBI record.
The first pitch outside for a ball. 1-0 to Eric Weeks. Tarp Skunks up 6-2 here in the bottom of the 8th. It's the 1-0 inside, misses. 2-0. Swung on and missed. Got him chasing at the one in the dirt.
He was thinking extra bases.
Definitely. So here's the 2-1. Outside for a ball. 3-1.
Let's see if Buxton can groove one in here and give Weeks a chance to swing the bat.
So 3-1. Swinging a drive. Deep out to left field. Ranging back is Mahoney. And he makes the catch at the warning track. Man. So 2 runs on 1 hit. Bases left loaded. We go to the top of the 9th. It'll be Tarp Skunks 6-2. Welcome back here to Russell E. Diethrick Park. As we head to the top of the 9th, last chance for the Geneva Red Wings. New pitcher for the Jamestown Tarp Skunks, as it'll be Eli Bryant coming to the mic and to call the rest of the way to give you the splits on Eli Bryant. It is Dre Guinness.
All right, thank you very much, Jalen. Eli Bryant coming in, his 8th appearance. Comes in with a 1-1 record, 6.33 ERA, 21 and a third innings pitched. He's given up 29 hits, 16 runs, only 15 earned, 13 walks against 16 strikeouts, and he is going to face 4-5-6 due up for the Geneva Red Wings, as it'll be Buxton, Arago, and Minicata due up here. Tate Johnson, his day is done, and what a day he had. His best outing of the season. 8 innings pitched, 2 runs on 5 hits, only 1 earned, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts on 101 total pitches, 66 4 strikes. So an outstanding outing for his last regular season appearance for Tate Johnson. As Eli Bryant will face Ben Buxton. 0 for 3 on the day. There's a ground ball to third on the short hop. Jordan throw over to first. Smith pulled off the bag, but comes down and lands on it for the first out. And there's one away.
That was a scorching ground ball over to where Jordan was. Good thing he was able to stay calm and collected and make the throw for the first out.
Yeah, watching the ball come into his glove on the short hop, that ball was a scorcher. As Arrigo stands in. First pitch he sees is strike. 0-1 the count. Not a save situation. But Tate Johnson definitely in line for his second win of the season. What a way to close out the regular season. As there's a ground ball to first on the short hop. Smith has it, takes it to the bag himself, and quickly there are 2 down. And the Tarp Skunks 1 out away from closing out the regular season with a win and gaining all important momentum for Auburn on Monday.
2 scorching ground balls to both sides of the diamond. And both of them for outs.
Kenta Minikata stands in, takes the first pitch outside for a ball, 1-0. Again, fireworks after the game, so if you're in the area around Diethrick Park, come on down or just stand outside and watch things blow up as the 1-0 pitch swung on and missed for a strike, 1-1. And then make your plans to be here early on Monday. The first 250 fans through the gate gets a free Jamestown Tarp Skunks t-shirt as that one swung on and missed. And the ball game is over. Tarp Skunks win this one by a final score of 6-2. Tate Johnson gets the win. He improves to 2-1. Dietz takes the loss, and he will fall to 0-2. I want to say 0-2. No, sorry, 1-6 he falls to. Well, that's going to do it for the 2026 regular season. And now we turn our attention to Monday, the playoffs, and the Auburn Double Days. We want to thank all of our fans, all of the families, and all of our sponsors that supported the Jamestown Tarp Skunks throughout this 2026 season. We will see you on Monday for the playoffs. For Jalen Ferguson, I'm Dre Guinness, thanking everybody for tuning in all season long. And at least one more time, until next time, good night, everybody.